Let's jam.
So guys, I woke up this morning and I felt strange. I don't know why. Anyways, look at this picture. Something feels really off.
This growth's coming out of my stomach. I think you need to get that looked at.
You got Cronenberg's Lane.
Yeah, I think
Oh my god, you did.
I think I also need to cue the roll call.
Connect. Loading.
Broadcast.
Perfect!
Showrunning Super Savant. Bluecaster Super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster Robolane.
Researcher of the Tokuverse. Yellowcaster. Ultra Guard.
A spark of courage, the power of dream, Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Trauma Inducer. Northcaster. Saga.
Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014.
Radio Sentai Castranger!
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 502.
Episode.
Do what?
As in,
Do
what
what?
are we gonna do with Lane's orifice
what?
that's growing out of his stomach?
What?
Why did you call it an orifice?
It's a mouth!
I mean, it is an orifice, but...
Anyway, so yes, in no surprise to anyone, I got the Gavv belt because
You don't fucking
Where did
say.
Lane.
Where did you get it so fast?
How did you get it so fast?
Amazon Japan. It's amazing.
Oh, guys, it's simple. Lane traveled forward in time, bought it when it was on sale when the next Kamen Rider comes out, then came back in time. Thus, it doesn't affect the timeline, though I think it may have affected his future after Gavv. I'm not sure.
To be fair, like the belt came out like last Saturday, and then my belt shipped Monday. I've had it since Wednesday, and it took every ounce of my willpower not to like say I got the belt. I was like, no, I have to open up with this picture of just me with like the Gavv belt over my stomach.
It really says something, the fact that you genuinely didn't tell us about this before this moment, and I have 0% level surprise. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, Lane got the belt. As if I had known beforehand.
That you had photoshopped it onto yourself.
No. I just I got home from work last night and I was like, Kelly, can you take a picture of me with this over my stomach? And she's like super tired because she's like was going to bed. She's like, yeah, okay.
Honestly, if you'd asked, I could have. If you just like taken a photo of you with your shirt slightly up, I could shop a Gavv onto you as if it was
100%.
And if you didn't Photoshop it can go on the Castranger OnlyFans.
There you go. That's something we were talking about before we started.
Yeah, all full-on Gavv photos unexposed.
So,
hot Gavv shots.
For those listening for the first time, we're a bunch of flames of disaster who get together every week to talk
God damn it!
Super Sentai, and usually a third thing. But this week we're gonna just talk about the overall discussion of episode 1 of Gavv because it's the new.
For the best relevancy, shouldn't we say like we're a bunch of Minecraft movie trailers or something?
No.
Okay. Because of that trailer, I fucking Magical Mystery Tour is like earwormed into my brain, and I can't stop listening.
That's fair. I don't know why that's the song they used.
Because it's a popular song.
I didn't watch the actual trailer. Instead, I chose to watch Jack's Films breaking down the trailer frame by frame.
That's probably the better choice to have made.
Would fucking do that.
I'm like,
That's fair.
You're not gonna fool me, trailer, putting a wolf in the thumbnail. Not a little more wily than that.
Oh,
like
so
a coyote?
real creepy.
Yes.
So
Like a coyote? Oh, dang it!
a real creepy thing about the Gavv belt is that when it turns on, it doesn't go like, because like it's like an organ, so it doesn't go like, it doesn't say like Henshin belt Gavv or something like that. It just makes like growling stomach noises.
Wait, you're saying that this thing is creepy?
Like you turn this on, and it just goes.
I have not wanted a belt more since the Kiva one.
I would have.
And I haven't even.
I'd never fucking do it, but I would have laughed so hard if just like The second you turn it on, it just burps at you.
Dude, if we get a Gochizo power-up or something like that just like it's burping, that'd be the best thing ever. I love burping. Burping's like I have a weird fascination with burping.
Thank God that was not a different F word.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking too, actually.
Okay, look, we're gonna talk about this more later on, but yeah, this is definitely a fetish type episode. We'll get there when we get there.
It is?
Someone's into something in this episode for sure.
What's that thing you say this week on the writer's thinly veiled fetish?
Yeah.
I actually saw one. There was the one that had the writer's barely disguised fetish, and then let me find the other one. 1 second. It's not like dirty or anything any more than the first one.
I think it's actually a Naked Gun joke. Police Squad.
Let me go find it. Here it is. The writer's explicitly advertised fetish.
So our topics for this week are Boonboomger, episode 27. Another episode I was happy to have Cell here for.
Yeah, you'll see why later.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, not only Gavv episode 1, but we'll be talking about our initial impressions on the series as a whole, its presentation, its world building, its setup, and do some theory crafting on what we think we might see and what we want to see.
Yeah. And I think we're going to have a good discussion on both ends, honestly.
Should be a rousing good time.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, if anyone wants to use that picture of me with like the Gavv over my stomach as like meme material,
oh God,
make it an emote.
Yeah,
still waiting on those Zoltar emotes.
You can swap my head with the Gavv or something. I don't fucking
know.
God. Yeah. Oh my! No.
Just Elaine's face on his own stomach.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying and hilarious. Hilarifying.
I want that. I want the Lane head belt.
Henshin belt Lane.
Yeah. That reminds me of something I've always said to Ichi. That, like, I will pay in full for Ichi to get a tattoo of Lane on his back in the style of, like, Steve-O's self-portrait.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, dude, I rock. I will pay for that in full, Ichi.
Thank Ichi, I'll always be with you.
Maybe
I'll have your back.
Body horror week, everybody.
Maybe somehow if you die before I do.
Oof.
Speaking of dark.
Shall we with the news then?
All right, we got some news to talk about, and Gavv relevant for our first news story.
News mode.
It's not really news per se. I just wanted to highlight the existence of the Gavv phone, which is going to be a thing.
Ugh.
The home button's the tongue.
Oh no, I love it.
Yes, because
Why do I love it?
Yes, because I too would love to have a phone shaped like my goddamn duodenum.
I know. That's pretty much the equivalent here. Like, it's like, would you like a phone shaped like your rectum? Like,
I know some people who would.
The thing we have to keep at the forefront of our minds for this entire fucking year is that this is a bodily organ sticking out of his stomach being used to henshin.
It's weird.
But that's so cool.
It is kind of cool.
That wouldn't be the first adjective I use.
It's body horror week. I got tickets to see The Substance.
All right.
Which is a movie, body horror.
So yeah, no news related to this like announced like toy release date. This came up on my Twitter and I wanted to highlight it.
I would not be surprised if they release this.
Things that are happening merchandise wise, which I know Lane is over the goddamn moon about, is they're releasing an effect part set for SH Figure Arts that let you turn any Kamen Rider into the Legend Gorgeous form version. Which is to say, it's the golden sash and the legend driver that you can put on literally any figure art and make it legend turning into that figure.
That's cool.
I love
so you could technically make Legend Beetlejuice if you wanted.
Yeah.
Gorgeous Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You know what this would be? It'd be like the guy who owns Kamen Rider. What are you doing with that Super Sentai top? That's the only... So,
oh my God,
we forgot to put the googly eyes on the Gavv.
You put glasses on the Gavv.
Oh my God. It's just like I'm holding my head in my hand. It's so weird.
The fucking crack sticking out of your face.
Oh my god! You know this has to be in the thumbnail.
It does.
I was gonna say the original picture should have been the thumbnail.
I just want a gif of you opening and closing your mouth, going, "Eat to me, eat to me."
Lane, did you think this is where your life was heading?
Charge me, charge me.
Oh no! I mean, this was back when we did Lupin Pad, and we did the Toma face, and then I did the Toma face.
This is so much worse.
You gotta show this to Kelly.
Oh, God, I will. I will save this.
Yeah, gorgeous transformation.
So yeah, the Legend Gorgeous transformation set, $67 US, which is a lot to pay for literally these two things.
You know what? I'm gonna get this, the Legend figure art, and make Kamen Rider Legend Gorgeous Legend.
What's interesting is it comes with like a shit ton of stickers, like for like the Rider Chemi cards to put on the belt.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you got this, what figure would you put it on?
Drive.
Beetlejuice.
I'd have Beatles.
I'd make Gorgeous Drive.
The only one I have is Ghost, so the answer is Ghost.
No, I got it. Gorgeous Build Hazard.
I put it on Cloud from Kingdom Hearts.
Cloud freaking.
Gorgeous Cloud. All right, cool.
Gorgeous Drive would be cool.
Next, so in Futo PI news, we had a trailer put out regarding the upcoming Skull film. Very excited. Futo PI, the portrait of Kamen Rider Skull. The trailer features the film's theme song, Niao Otoko Ninare, which translates to "Become a Suitable Man."
So we found out.
Is that relevant? I don't know enough about him to know if that's relevant.
Yeah, he's like Shotaro's mentor. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh, there you go. With googly eyes and glasses too.
Yay!
That's great.
So this is cool. The film's theme song is being sung by Koji Kikawa, who was the actor who played Skull in original Kamen Rider Double, but he's not actually voicing the character. The person who is voicing the character is Kenjiro Tsuda, aka Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, really?
Apparently. Yeah, that's cool. So the film is based on the Begins Night arc, as seen in the Double Decade Movie Wars 2010 film, with some parts being based on Skull message for Double portion of the O's and Double movie War Core. This is the origin for Kamen Rider Double. It will expand the events not seen in the original live-action Double series, so we're going to get some extra content. Very cool.
In animated form.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think we've talked about Futo PI plenty, so I'm not going to go over the voice cast. Mostly the same staff, animated by Studio Kai. Portrait of Kamen Rider Skull, limited theatrical run November 8th in Japan, so at some point after that it'll be available digitally.
Maybe it won't.
Don't even say such a thing.
Heist?
Heist.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Alright. Next. So, I've never heard of this before, but TV Tokyo announced that Masakazu Katsura's Wingman manga will get a live-action series adaptation to celebrate the manga's 40th anniversary. This looks cool. This
looks vaguely familiar in the recesses of my brain.
Yeah.
It's like I probably saw it in a magazine at some point in my life.
The series follows tokusatsu nerd Kenta Hirono. Oh, so it's like Tokusatsu Gagaga.
Mm-hmm.
Second-year middle school student who dreams of becoming a hero. I assume that was supposed to say hero.
No, it's supposed to say bear.
Oh. So, which means it's supposed to be a crab.
Yes.
That's a reference to what we were talking about before.
Bears are crabs.
This changes when a mysterious woman named Aoi from the realm of Pod Dreams appears before him. He sketched his superhero wingman on the woman's dream notebook, and he can now transform into said hero. So it's the opposite of a Death Note.
My favorite part of this series is when Kenta said, "Now this is pod dreaming."
Series produced by TV Tokyo, Toei Video, collaboration with DMM-TV. Series creator Masakazu Katsura drew a special illustration, which we're looking at here. Wingman is premiering October 23rd. Yeah, cool.
I like the two characters in the background, like the super serious guy and the girl.
Yeah, the rejected Dragon Ball characters.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, Ichi, where do you fall in with this design? Because he's blue.
I think it's cool. I want to see more before I make an objective judgment, but from these 2 images I'm seeing, I think it looks pretty cool.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, Link.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, yeah, I think Discord like fucked up for like a minute.
Oh,
So-
I did think it was weird I wasn't hearing anyone for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Gavv was too powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. I think Gar's restarting his computer.
He's regarding.
Yes.
Well, anyways, that is the news. There's a light news week.
I was saying during the Skull discussion, because I think that's when like I couldn't, you guys couldn't hear me. I was just saying, Cell, I think you'd really like Skull. Skull's a fucking badass.
I kind of remember Skull from seeing stuff like when you guys were just watching Double way back when.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
He's the one who has a fedora, takes off the fedora, henshins, and then puts the fedora back
I
on.
remember
Puts
that.
it
Yeah,
back
I do
on.
remember it.
That's
Okay,
amazing, actually.
That's a genius move that I'm shocked more riders don't do.
There is stuff in Double that stuck with me, so I think it has some
Also-
effect on me.
If you don't get it, he's very inspired by Smooth Criminal's Michael Jackson.
Right.
You mean Michael
I-
Jackson, Smooth Criminal?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember, I'm pretty sure if I remember
Oh,
in
yes.
Begins Night, I'm pretty sure I remember in Begins Night he literally dodged something by moonwalking. It
Yes.
was, like pretty fucking cool.
That's hilarious,
He
actually.
did the like spin and like the point.
Ah!
Also, yes, my favorite pop star, Smooth Criminal.
He was always.
Vegas, people have been making everything in Gundam Breaker 4. I saw someone make a Pokeball with missiles and nukes.
I saw someone make the Exade Riders. That was rad.
I love when games like this have this much like.
Creativity.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they have character creators, so you can do weird crap in them. Yeah.
I'm tempted to get this game. I'm not much of a Gundam fan, but like if there's this much creative freedom,
Yeah, it's on
Make
PS5,
this-
so
Make the Castrangers.
holy shit, you're right.
You could make our mechas in there.
You can make radio.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Castranger Gunpla.
Like, unironically, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. We're just waiting for Gar to get back.
I'm not even part of radio, aren't I? Or am I the shield? I forget.
I forget. It's been so long.
We have that on our hard drive somewhere.
I still have all the stuff I've done for the game so far. The like battle system and
I know, I
transformations.
really hope it happens
place.
someday.
One goes so hard.
Yo, Flame Dramon? That's rad.
Nice.
Fucking dope.
That's cool, I like that.
Flame of courage.
Fire of Courage.
Excuse me,
The opposite of disaster.
but it is the drill of power.
Oh, here's a picture I took at Fan Expo of Punching Gummy with some nerd gummies. Pretty cute.
My children!
It's when East meets West.
I really want to get some Gochizo.
That looks like a Pokemon, maybe? For half a sec, I thought War Turtle.
Yeah, no, I thought so too.
That head is not. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried the Kuga Gojizo out. It's so fucking cute hearing like the Gojizo voices just mimic the sounds the belt makes. It's so funny.
My question though is like with the toys, how do you make them pop up without the belt? Can you? Is it
There's a
like
button
back
on the
up
side.
with a magnet?
Oh, so, yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a button.
There's a button on the bottom right of like of it, and you just click it, and they come out, and then you can just push it back down to close them.
And
Okay.
what's cool is
Yeah, I
when
was
their
wondering how.
little limbs pop out, you don't have to push the limbs back in. Just closing the Gochizo puts the arms back in automatically.
Yeah, they
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, they're fun to.
I love the sound they make when
fiddle
they
with.
pop out in the show though, where they go.
I know.
Yeah.
I will say I watched someone posted a video of like someone hacked the driver to show a bunch of different Gochizo sounds. We confirmed there is one for Kamen Rider Blades, so that's at least one that I'll be buying.
Yeah, it's going Nine Seki.
It's kind of adorable.
Yeah.
It says the whole spiel, like you know how all the Saber Riders have that long story paragraph after their form change. It has that
That's the
for
whole
Line
thing?
Senki. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Alrighty, that is the news. Let's talk about Boonboomger before we spend the rest of the episode on Gavv.
Boom boom chinch.
It's time to debut the brand new wallpaper! That's right, we have a new wallpaper
Nice.
with the whole team on it now, which is hilarious because one of them left this week.
Just in time.
Fuck!
So Genba's an alien.
Not just an alien.
Not just an alien, a fox alien?
He's fucking Inuyasha!
Jeepers, I'm a furry!
He looks familiar. Oh my god.
He's a furry!
That was a deep cut there with Rockadoodle.
No, that's not a deep cut in the community, trust me. I was wondering, the furry community.
Okay! I knew from the start of the show I knew from the start of the show that Genba was going to be the most interesting character by far, but this was not what I envisioned. He's a goddamn demonic Inuyasha fox cat maybe looking alien.
Yeah, we didn't really go into what he is. I need to see a tail before I can make any judgments.
My gut says Kitsune.
That's what I was thinking too. That he's a kitsune or a fox of some kind.
Because he's tricksy, like a fox.
Yes. So like his what's his full name, Ichi?
Yeah. So it turns out his real name is not Bureki Genba. Bureki is the planet he's from, and his full name is Genba Delivery II, which is hilarious for two reasons. Because A, delivery, and B, delivery, as in the livery of a vehicle.
I just got that now. Oh my god.
Puns for days, Ichi. You see, for me, I was like, these guys were saying in the chat, oh, Cell, you gotta be on for this one. I'm like, what did I do now?
Thank God this episode was front-loaded.
Right.
They revealed that he's a fucking alien immediately.
I wasn't expecting that at the beginning. Like, I wasn't expecting the twist to happen right away.
So tell us what you were thinking and feeling when you saw Genba's true form revealed.
Well... Okay, so I was just sitting there, and then Ichi just says, "Oh, here it comes." That's early. And the moment his eyes became slits, oh no, I know exactly where this is going. And then he became a fucking cat boy, maybe.
He's an effing something boy.
He's just something, all right.
And I guess I'll give my rating. It's all right as far as
rating.
It's all right as far as.
Where does he rank on the pherometer?
Well, again, I need to see a tail before I can make a final.
That would help us.
Here's the question though: are you only into furry girls, or do you like furry guys too? Because then your judgment can't really be fair.
I mean, I'm not talking. It's not all sexual.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be all sexual. I'm just saying.
We all watch Rescue Rangers.
There you go. No, I think it looks fine. Like, I mean, obviously they're still going for it's more of like literally like a cat boy, cat girl situation where the furryism is the ears and the eyes more than the. I think we also saw a bit of a sharp tooth.
I'm not sure about the teeth, but he definitely had like markings on his cheeks.
Yeah, and it's all right.
And it turns out. The reason he likes lollipops so fucking much is he needs the sugar to keep his human form.
That was funny. When I was getting to that point, I was like, "Wait, is the candy keeping him like human?" And then they literally said,
"Yep."
And yeah, like alien candy is a thing this week.
Yeah, that was the theme for both shows.
Yes.
It's quite funny though. Just I need sugar to keep my human look. Honestly, dude, you look like a human already.
You wouldn't be that out of place.
Just show up at a convention and no one will bat an eye at you.
I was thinking that too. Like they'd be like somewhat inaccurate Inuyasha cosplay. Okay.
live in Akihabara.
Like I'm just looking at him and I'm like, and I look over at Disrace and I'm like, well, I can tell where the budget went.
Yes, we have a new villain general this week, Disrace, who is honestly...
Oh my god!
I like this.
I did not expect to love this guy so much.
Honestly, immediately far more interesting than Cannonborg ever was.
Yep.
He just falls asleep and scratches his butt.
He does have his own evil roll call.
A smile for the strong, a diss for the weak. 100% invasion and leveraging success rate. Hashirian Reconstruction Captain, Disrace.
He's the head of the Hashilians' fucking marketing department.
It's pretty great.
Also, just the name, I know we already said it, but the name Disrace is just hilarious.
It was this race or that race?
Snake on his shoulder.
No, I didn't even notice this. Like, I loved how the snake motif is like in his cape too.
Yep.
Like it's like the hood of a cobra. That's like a really cool design, honestly.
Yeah, he's based
I
on,
admit I didn't
King Cobra.
notice. Yeah, I didn't notice he was snake related at all until he literally said snaky, 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 which is kind of upsetting. I'm sorry.
Snake.
It's gonna
Show you snake-like he can be.
Oh, that's programmed.
Fucking Beyblade.
What were you gonna say, Gar, a minute ago?
Oh, I looked up a bit of his actors in terms of voicing and suit acting. His voice actor is Shotaro Noribuko. He was Aoshima in Samurai Flamenco, Flamen Blue. Also best known for being Shikamaru in Naruto.
Oh, cool.
And his suit actor is Super Sentai veteran Hiroyuki Muraoka, who was the I can't remember his name at the moment. He was the scientist in Zenkaiger.
Oh, okay.
You know, the guy was on the tank treads, and he was also in King Oger as the monster form for the Death Scythe dude.
Oh, Grody?
Yeah, Grody.
Nice.
Yeah, Grody.
Cool. But yeah, this guy shows up, and despite the slight cringe nature of his trend-chasing attempt to appeal to the youth by being all energetic and hypey and doing shit like mixing up the syllables of his subordinates' names for lulz.
Gotta make my TikToks.
Yeah, he has like the vibe of like someone who's too old to be on TikTok but is anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
He's that Steve Buscemi picture. How you do?
He's like the kind of guy who would like unironically say Riz.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love
But it kind of works. I like it. But maybe I'm just ready for anyone after Cannonboard.
He did the Kamen Rider Stronger Henshin pose when he introduced himself too. That was a
Did he?
odd.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's only so many body movements, I guess.
Also, can we just talk about how his power is basically, I can break the laws of physics? I'm like, wait, is that what the reconstruction part in your name is?
This guy's
Like
got fucking psychokinesis.
Like you can reconstruct the laws of physics?
He's here to.
Yeah, that's kind of powerful.
He's here to rebrand the entire planet.
So
This
like
Earth sucks. I'm making
snake legs.
Earth 2.0.
what I like interesting about this guy is like, so this guy apparently was like, he's the head for the invasion force for Planet Breaky, like, and like took over the planet. So apparently Planet Breaky's known for having a very, very fast space like delivery service.
It was a shopping network.
Yeah, so he took that over, and now the Hashirians just have a instant like express service. And
basically,
so, like,
they have space Amazon.
Yeah, so he orders.
Yeah, he took over his planet and used it for marketing development.
Yeah,
Evil
so
marketing.
he ordered something, it like instantly came. He's like, God damn, I keep forgetting how fast this is.
Yeah.
Does Acme run it?
They changed it to Hashirian Express.
Yeah, Hashirian Express.
So, and yeah, Genba's the last, quote unquote, last known survivor of his planet because his dad is in, I can't believe it, it's just, my dad's in space prison.
So Genba is the renegade alien prince of a planet that was conquered by the enemies. So the story of Northcaster in our game.
Spoilers.
Wait, what? I had no idea that was his story. That's cool.
Kind of.
Not exactly, but we were going.
There's similarities.
There's a furry guy from outer space from where the bad guys are. Oh no.
Also, just real quick mention to the third fucking super amazing reveal this episode was
Oh,
we got
the Rarita and Tokoyaris.
Naito and Tokoyari are in fact working together. Based on that conversation, they appear to be on the good side. And then we cut to the fact that they're manufacturing and mass producing Boon Killer Robos.
Yeah, that shot of those three together, that was interesting.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
It's fucking
Like,
X-Men 97.
I'm just sitting there like, huh, okay.
Yeah, that was not where I expected it to go.
Well, then again, the one key phrase that I picked out of their conversation was of Tokoyari's. I won't let these alien thugs do whatever they want.
That's why I think he's on the good side.
No, but that
they just
may also
racist,
be
or?
like any alien is a bad alien.
Yeah, that's what I was
maybe.
thinking. They're just racist.
Could
So
be.
if we
These
had
are
our
99%
own
of aliens
killer,
that show up.
Yeah,
if we
track
had
record
Boon
is
Killer
not great.
Robos,
So
You know how we defeat racists with racing.
more racist.
So,
Yes.
What's in the name?
So, of course, the other Boonboomgers, being the amazing fucking team and amazing people that they are, like, look at Genba and they're just like, dude, we're gonna fucking help you take your planet back. Yeah, we're gonna fucking help you defeat this bastard. And he's just like, yeah, that's great.
I genuinely hope this is, in fact, leading into the next story arc of, yes, we're taking back Planet Breki.
That would be a fun like arc to go through.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like for me, when like you're playing Mass Effect 2 and like you hear about the why am I forgetting their names right now?
Oh,
That race, Tally's race.
the Quarians.
Quarians, thank you. It's been a while. So it's like you're talking about like, oh, the Quarians lost their world to the Geth, and then like I was just like, oh man, wouldn't it be great? Like the third game, you did like an entire arc where you like take back the Quarian homeworld. The third game, you literally spend a whole arc taking back the Quarian homeworld. Now it's like, this is everything I wanted.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
And I like how Saibu was like, so where's your spaceship? I don't have it anymore.
Oh my god!
I took it apart and I sold it.
No, it wasn't that he sold it. Every time Genba showed up with a thing that he had procured that they needed for whatever the fuck mission they were doing, he was salvaging parts from his spaceship. Oh my god!
This guy really is Stephen King.
I can't believe they explained a plot point and made me feel sad for Genba in one fell swoop.
It's good writing on this show.
Wow, you're
No, it's
really
actually a
stuck here,
good
aren't
show.
Okay.
Oh, just wow, you're really stuck here, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could say he pumped the brakes.
Oh. This is what I was saying too. Like, and this is with most Sentai, and just because that's the lay of the land, but I like it. Is like, oh, it's nice seeing when a team is friends. They're not bickering constantly, you know?
Yeah, like some other Sentai seasons.
Like they'll have you know, their disagreements and stuff, but overall, it's like, oh yeah, these guys are friends. They like being around each other. It's like every time I watch a Batman movie, I'm like, why can't Batman and Robin be friends like in the TV show?
Except maybe Blue.
Yeah, they always.
Ishiro just kind of has the vibe that he just tolerates
if he's like a teenager who's like moody, I guess that makes sense. If Robin is sort of cranky.
Well, like, of course, this is leading into the whole like I could already see this a mile away. It's like, oh, he doesn't want to burden the rest of them with like this is like a revenge.
This is my fight.
But, yeah, but then like he's gonna try to do it on his own for a bit, and then like the Boonboomgers are gonna push it. Like judging from the next episode preview, it seems like Joe's like, I'm gonna hold the burden of me and Genba, and he's doing like double the work for both of them, and I'm like, go Joe.
Yeah, it was like, I'll do his share of the fighting.
Next week I think will be a Joe-centric episode.
Yeah,
so you can skip that one.
Yeah. Hey,
I love Joe.
I love Joe.
But yeah, just what are the odds of Orange Rangers being different from other members of the team?
Almost
Tokyo Rokugo.
Almost every Orange Ranger is not human.
Right.
The sorry,
well, that's really funny.
And Battle Cossack.
Yeah.
Dead.
That's different.
Replaced with a cowboy.
I floated this idea.
If I brought it up that I was writing in my notes, I was trying to write Boon Orange isn't human, but I accidentally wrote Orange Caster isn't human.
And also don't forget Bard Zoolbird.
That's what I was saying. Zoolbird is another non-human Orange Ranger.
Yeah. So whenever we see another Orange Ranger, it's gonna be all right.
What kind of alien are you?
It's your twist.
Alien.
We're just gonna do the Leonardo DiCaprio like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Squinting.
What kind of non-human are you? How do you do the things you do?
Oh my god, that is a deep cut.
No, Lane, it's gonna be all right. Who called aliens? Or who called
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
So now we need to have a Sentai special, like a tokusatsu, like Toei Tokusatsu fan club special, where we have all the Orange Sentai Rangers team up in a special.
Now that there are enough of them.
Forever Orange.
Oh my god, I want to see Stinger interact with Akira so fucking badly. That'd be hilarious.
I floated this idea by Ichi. I don't think this will happen, but it'd be interesting if like Genba did leave the team, like at least the core 5, and they actually bring in a new Ranger who's like a more traditional color, you know?
Saibu.
It'd be interesting if they did actually have like a mid-season change of a core Ranger. That almost never happens.
Big Saibu Ranger.
What do you mean almost never? Has it happened?
It's never happened.
The only thing I can think of as an example, and I don't know how much we count this, is Akiba Ranger. They changed Blue Rangers between seasons.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't
it
know.
would be a way to shake the formula.
Adult fan show compared to an official.
It was made
show.
by Toei. We count it.
Yeah, it was actually.
Akiba Ranger got his Sentai gear.
It's the unofficial official Sentai.
That's the joke.
That was the joke.
I love that though.
Yeah, also, there was a monster of the week. It was a carpet. We get it? Because car.
So like the sheer.
Oh wait, was that the joke?
I don't know,
No,
maybe.
I think it was just carpet.
I thought it was just a carpet being a carpet.
So the three seaters, they open the package because like he's like Disrace is
Don't open it.
or whatever. They open it and it's just like oh, it's a rug, and then he just peers behind him.
Yeah, he's like, you didn't open the rug, did you? And they're like, no, we didn't see any rug.
Was it just
what rug?
weird?
He's like,
Was it just me, or did that look like exactly out of that episode of SpongeBob where they like
The
map, read the map? I
nah.
think this is a problem. Like, you get what I'm saying, Gar? Like,
You opened my book.
Yeah, it's just like, Patrick, yeah? Doesn't this map sort of look like the game board? So you do see it.
yeah, it's just like right behind
Hey,
him.
hey, carpet groomer, been a while. Give me some tassel. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't call him the carpet
nice.
groomer.
I
That just
just,
sounds like the name of an actual like carpet like cleaning company. The
as long as we don't call it the carpet chewers, we're fine.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh
I
yeah,
was-
I remember that they actually brought that in Cow and Chicken, and they somehow got away with it.
The 90s, man. It was more innocent.
So but they randomly attack a random mangaka. Just
Okay. Gar, sorry, 1 second. Was it just me, or did this guy look like Osamu Tezuka, like with the beret and
I feel like that's what they were going
glasses?
for.
That had to have been a reference, right?
Yeah, I think that was on
oh, yeah.
purpose.
Like
Like it would be like if they showed a cartoonist in an American show, and it was like a guy who looked like Walt Disney.
Yeah.
but yeah, that was sort of the look when Tezuka became popular. Every mangaka had the beret and like the glasses. But I just love in the scene that like you see the lineup, you see the three-seaters
There's a
Yeah.
fucking line.
ready to get autographs, and then you see the mooks. I can't remember their names. The
Ninjureta.
ninjettis? Yeah,
Ninjureta.
the ninja.
Yes, the ninjetti.
Also in line. Getting ready to get. I'm like, what was the goal here, guys? What was the game plan?
They were gonna get his autograph and then attack everyone.
That's the point. They're clearly
I'm sorry.
fans.
I saw the rug. My brain went to The Simpsons. Thanks for listening.
I just went to Aladdin. I'm losing to a rug.
I like
No, I was thinking Aladdin too.
ninjas. Ninjas are cute.
Yes, the ninjas.
The ninjas.
So anyway, they fight and kill the monster, and it's the least important part of the episode.
Like, to the point where it almost felt like, okay, we gotta put this
We're
in
just
here.
going through the
Like,
motions.
he literally gets destroyed in the background.
Yeah.
Like, when he grows big, and like, I remember, like, actually, like, this feels early for, like, like how, like, where we're, like, beating him in the episode, you know?
Yeah.
Everything feels like they sped it up.
But it's interesting because apparently they've saved the carpet that spawned the monster for some reason, so I'm looking forward to finding out what Disrace plans to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, he is the reconstruction general.
Yeah.
Or sorry.
Is he gonna like sell it on
captain.
Craigslist?
Only slightly used.
One carpet used to become monster.
Maybe,
Otherwise good.
maybe in order to make room in the budget for all the space antics we're about to do by going to Planet Breaky, we're going to get just slightly modified versions of the same monster for a few weeks.
Okay, you know what? I don't think we're gonna go to Planet Breaky.
Don't go
Calling
breaking
it now.
But I wanna!
No, calling it now. We're gonna pull a Go-Onger and a Go-Kaiger where we're gonna defeat the big bad on Earth, and then the show's gonna end with them going into space.
I actually said this to Ichi. I wonder if they'll deal with this section in a crossover movie with King Oger. Because King Odra also has
That would be
space
cool.
travel elements.
We are getting King Odra in space as like a thing happening soon.
So like that could be the team up movie where they save the
Hey.
planet together. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
As for the fight with the carpet monster, I really think it was sort of meant to be because we see a lot from Genba's point of view, where I think he already made up his mind of
Leaving the team.
I'm leaving the team. So this is sort of supposed to be like a sentimental thing where this is going to be the last time we see all 5 of them together in battle.
Yeah.
And just prove a point in the next episode preview when you see the 5 Boonboomgers, Boom Violets with them.
Yeah.
Where
It's just
Orange
like
would be.
Sakato's like, guys, I'm the new 5th Ranger. Isn't that great or what?
They're all crying.
I did like when they confront Taya. They're like, did you know that Genba was an alien? And he's like, I had like suspicion that he might be.
No, everyone leaves. All right, Boondario, pay up. Pulls out $20.
Also, I like that like Genba tried to like give him back like the Boom Boom Change Axe, and like Taya's just like, you might need it, dude. Just
Keep it, you'll need it.
So when you rejoin the team, we don't have to waste
Yeah,
time.
it's when you rejoin the team.
And also, as we saw from the one time you used it, your monster form is useless.
Well, okay, here's my question. How did he know that sugar would help him? How did Genba know?
Maybe it's just a case of they were raised learning how to disguise themselves should they ever need to, because they're a planet of a shopping network, if they need to like look at like a human in order to like not be threatening to people.
I guess.
There's any way this
The
can go.
Planet Shopping Network.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think that's a loophole in the plot there.
The rest of this show is so good that I'm willing to give that a pass.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't ultimately matter.
It's minor.
Yeah.
We should point it out, absolutely. But I'm not gonna flame the show for it.
I'll say this: I was actually like, when he was starting to TF, I was honestly expecting them to go full on like
full beast form,
like literally, like
maybe he can. Maybe this is only a partial transformation.
Yeah, like that would have been interesting.
He's gonna pull an Inuyasha and go full demon.
Oh no!
I'll defeat the Hishirians with my Tetsaiga.
I liked at the beginning of the episode where like Disrace uses the smoke bomb and like he's literally firing away, accidentally hitting his friends, and Taya has to like toss him into the water. It's like, dude, he's gone. Calm the shit.
Yeah,
calm the shit.
And Cell pointed out while we were watching that it was actually raining during that
Yeah,
shot. And I'm like, yeah, it's plot rain.
It was overcast and everything. They were like, oh hey, production value.
I was expecting
fake rain always looks fake.
I was expecting Disrace to like pull like a bison from the Street Fighter movie, just being like, the day that I like graced your planet was the worst day of your life, but for me,
it was just Tuesday.
I just love when Genba's like going apeshit with his powers out of control, and my brain is just going, Taya, we got a jingle jangle problem. Genba's going nuts.
I know they're all just seeing him go like fucking ape shit. They're like, what the fuck's going on?
Taya finally tackles him down, and then we cut over to the car, and we see half the team is dead.
Yeah, because
You know what, if we ever see him fight in this demon mode again, I want to insert the Naruto battle song. You know which one?
And sorry, since Paul's not here, it reminded me of Cats, the musical. Mr. Mistopheles, Rum Tum Tug or something or other.
So what we're saying is we have our first Jellicle Ranger.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true, because Cat Manx from SPD.
You
thought about this more than me.
You know, if he's gonna be cat themed, he just comes back. Hey.
The very next day.
Hey, I want some food.
Oh, they thought he was a goner, but the cat came back.
This is what happens when you feed a stray.
He couldn't stay away.
That's what happened.
That's how Taya and Genba became friends.
Actually, also like,
oh my god, you're not wrong.
This was just a really minor nitpick for me, but like when like he met Taya for the first time, like Taya like he's like, oh sorry, this is all I have on me. Like hands him a lollipop, and like he like opens it, he like unwraps it, and it's a red lollipop. I'm like, should have been an orange lollipop.
But why would Taya be carrying orange?
Because he knows. Actually, I was gonna say, I like Taya in this episode as well, because he's still doing like, he's being that like good leader type where he's like, everyone's saying, no, he gotta leave, he can't leave now. I always say you got to drive your own
His
car.
decision.
Like he's respecting people's choices, which I like.
Taya is always good about respecting and encouraging people's autonomy.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Good, I guess.
I wonder why Taya's car broke down in the middle of like that road in the woods. Maybe he was burying a body from an unfortunate car accident. That he
What?
was, and then his car broke down.
Is this a reference
yes.
I'm missing?
No, we've been talking about this. Taya's secretly a.
Oh yeah, Taya, the secret
He
murderer.
murders people with unfortunate car accidents.
He gave someone the boom boom.
I'm sorry, now I'm just thinking, Ty, did you know he was an alien? Cuts back to a fake flashback of him walking through the halls, and Genba has his own room at the place, and it's just filled with cat trees, a cat bed, freaking cat on the table.
I just thought he was really into cats.
I promised not to tell anyone he was an alien if he promised not to tell anyone I was a serial killer.
Now that's a manga.
I love it because he's like. I love that there's a cutback shot where they show like Genba and like behind him like unfocused it's a Safari Boom Boom card. I'm just
Would the manga have just like a really long title?
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the shot of him like with the Safari Boom Boom card in the background.
yeah.
I'm just like, no, why he's connected with them.
Yeah.
Literally. I said, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You know what, I'll say is, that was one of my favorite shots in the episode, just Bundario looking down. I'm like, man, I love how Japan still understands that you can show emotion with like an actual suit, where over here it's like CGI everything.
Yeah, they have to have their faces visible or else they can't emote.
That's why Mandalorian is a fucking superior Star Wars show.
Because Lane, real suits are the way.
This is the way.
They are.
So
Anyways,
the episode ends by showing us that the dog attached to Mad Rex's leg is alive, which of course leads into the preview of Mad Rex's fucking back, baby.
Yeah. Confirmed. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for him to come back. Anyways, this arc is already off to a great start. It's fucking cooking. I cannot wait to see what's ahead.
This arc's ready to bark.
The show is so fucking good.
I've been referring to this series as the little Toku that could.
Right.
That would be the train season, right?
Oh yeah, but that one didn't.
I mean, that one started our show.
We all see how that turned out.
Just to go back to the Naruto music, if we ever see Genba by himself now I'm just picturing
I'll say this too. Sorry, Lane, but like with Mad Rex coming back, I think it's the right amount of time too.
Yeah,
like it's been long enough that we miss him, and also seeing him and Cannonball together would have just been, yeah, of course, this guy is cooler than this guy. But
now we're gonna get to see him and Disrace,
and I like them both.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it, Cell. There was like a couple episodes where like the three-seaters were just like fuck, Cannonball sucks.
I remember some of those. Yeah.
I want my old boss back.
Mad Rex is interesting.
Well, let's start, Gavv. So
before we get into Gavv, I have one last comment I wanted to make. So with this being the episode that Genba quote unquote leaves the team, how fucking funny would it have been if they edited the ending for this episode to just completely remove Genba from every shot he was in?
So there'd be a couple shots where there's just nothing on frame.
Yeah, every time it was just him, just blank.
That would have been amazing. Someone do that. That seems like an easy enough edit.
Someone on Twitter is absolutely doing that. Yeah.
His acting agency would be pissed.
Yeah. And I was saying, oh my god, I wish he was driving the car and you do that.
It's just them all screaming because there's no driver.
No, it would be like Gandhi's like trucker friend who turned out to not exist.
Oh yeah, Doug Prep Course.
But
yes.
But Doug Prep Course died 30 years ago.
Just shot of him floating along the highway.
Greatest shot in that show.
I guess I'll lead us into Gavv quickly because I have the belt here.
Sure.
So give me a second. Oh, I fucked up. Hang on.
Indigestion!
No. Man, I love it so much.
All right, here we go. I had to make
You
that.
got the bumper.
I had to make that the bumper.
Yeah, of course. I just
All right, let's get this.
All year. I just want to hear.
Yeah, I did not mean to like assume or stereotype or anything like that. And I was like, I'm gonna wait and see. I can't assume I'm gonna love Kamen Rider Gavv. I love this guy from the second he shows up. I love this show.
So the episode
already.
starts with Shoma escaping the newest season of Squid Game.
Yeah, for real. No,
That's what it looked like.
I don't know who these goons are, but I love these goons.
I absolutely love that with these goons. They have like this really elaborate face mask, and then they said, give them some winter jackets.
Apparently those are the Grenute agents, or as I'm going to call them, the Grenagents.
The Grenagents. Yes! They came out and honestly, after he just finds himself on a beach like Gulliver from Animal Crossing.
No, before that, he runs away from Squid Game and somehow finds himself in either the Millennium Puzzle or an MC Escher painting.
Or the fucking Monsters Inc.
Where it was like a labyrinth in the middle of something? I don't know. We'll find out what that is. Is that just their planet?
I was getting Labyrinth vibes.
There's so many references that fit here.
Well, maybe this will be like Gotchard, where we're gonna see this place like once or twice.
Yeah,
and then he through a door. He falls through a door, which apparently connects to an airplane
in the sky, and there's an airplane.
I wasn't sure if it connected to the actual airplane or if it just dropped him off in like a random section of the sky.
I thought it was the sky.
Shoma, this is the most reckless thing you've ever done. Oh, come on. What about that time I was on that airplane?
So yeah, he's just like falling from the sky on like modern day Japan Earth, and he's like, oh look, it's my mom's world. Oh, sleepy, and then he fucking passes out mid drop. Wakes up on the beach, perfectly fine.
Yes, he's just suffered like Gulliver from Animal Crossing with a kid poking him with a stick thinking, is this a dead body?
Well, to be fair, Ichi, he was falling.
No, I know they later explained why he was fine, but like watching this episode for the first time, it's just like, man just fell how many feet out of the sky and lands perfectly intact with almost no injuries?
Must be Kamen Rider.
You must be a protagonist.
Cue the ghost opening.
Oh my god, yeah, that opening, which didn't make sense until we finally saw that happen in like the last episode. That was cool.
And then he's on the beach. Cue the Agito opening.
It's not on the beach that makes you old.
Someone made fan art of it. He's on the beach, and then like 20 feet away is Soichi from Akito.
Nice.
Also laying on the beach.
But yeah, so we got a brief little shot of the logo. No opening this week because we're still setting up the world. Yep. And then we get, I think, my favorite shot of the whole fucking episode, where the kid who rescued him, Hajime, walks into the street and he has the right of way, but a fucking truck comes at him like he's about to get isekai'd. And Shoma...
He hits Shoma, and Shoma is strong enough that the guys come flying out the front of the truck.
Best shot of the whole episode is them mid-window.
I apologize for talking over you there.
Oh, that's fine. This is your season. You have full rights to talk over us for this show.
It's not my season.
Yes, it is.
Totally your season.
Whoa, do you see that? No, I was sleeping. But you're driving.
No, but I love.
Who's driving? Bear's driving.
No, I love Shoma's response to seeing like the damage to the truck. He goes, "Oh,
things here are not durable." Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I didn't expect human vehicles to be so fragile.
Things in this world were so fragile. Yeah.
And I do love how the driver has like the airbags deployed in the wheel as he's flying out the windshield.
You were saying that they felt like the wet bandits.
It really felt. It felt like that's it. Hey, look out! Ah, Harry! That's what we gotta do. We gotta put like fucking
Harry and Mark's faces on them.
Yeah, or Kevin McAllister like blocking.
The other thing it felt like it was missing for some reason was like slow motion classical music.
Oh yeah, like Cowboy Bebop stuff.
And I know I've heard that name Gavv before. Gavv. I don't know no Gavv.
Kevin McGavister.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Also, though, nice little hero moment for him.
Wouldn't it be Shoma? Wouldn't it be Shoma McAllister?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Nice little hero moment for him too was like he does also catch the guys who go flying out the windshield.
He catches them mid-fall somehow, so he's not only strong but fast.
Yeah, I mean it's to show like he is the super alien.
He is non-human as fuck.
So Shoma is not only adorable, but holy fuck, is he already like strong?
He's very strong.
So
I mean, his first fight, he does it without transforming and just starts beating a guy up in order to save his friend. That's pretty cool and reckless.
So he's strong, heroic, and ignorant. Oh my god, we have a himbo for a Kamen Rider.
Finally.
He's just a shonen protagonist.
No, he's not annoying enough to be a shonen protagonist.
But the series is young.
So then we get introduced also to basically who's going to become our secondary rider at some point, Honto. And
that was him. I had a feeling.
I can already tell. It's funny too because he has brown hair, brown eyes, brown tinted sunglasses, a brown shirt underneath his coat, and a brown messenger bag. Gee,
and a brown nose when he's talking to his master.
Dude's full of shit.
Yeah. I just have to say, and I apologize, I hope this isn't an offensive joke, but I was just thinking they stopped just short of making him a black person.
Oh wow.
Chocolate Rider indeed.
No.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about the thing where someone said when they were a kid, when they saw one for the first time, they said, "Look, Mom, a chocolate man."
Oh god.
Anyways, moving on. So Honto is
it was completely innocent, like there was nothing negative about it, and apparently the guy thought it was hilarious.
So Honto apparently he describes himself as a freelance writer. But he has the vibe of like an investigative reporter because he's going around interviewing people about disappearances related to obviously the monsters in the show.
You can be a writer in that way too. Like you're doing investigation for a book you're writing.
So he pulls out a drawing of what looks to be a monster made of cookies, loosely based on Malagor.
Look just like my
monster made of cookies?
Look at it. It looks like he's made of cookies. He's got the chips all over him.
I wanted the lady who like I'm like. Dude, this woman just lost her husband. Like,
well, I think they did say it was a year ago.
Oh, okay, still. No, half a year.
Yeah.
But and then we also get into the idea that she might have murdered him, which is funny. I was gonna say though.
Yeah, for a moment there was that, and it was just like that's kind
plot
of
twist.
mean.
She's one of the Grenouts.
Lane, hold on a second. When he pulled out that picture, I was half expecting her to go, "Did your kid draw that?" No.
Throws it.
Sorry. So I was trying to say it's like his boss shows up as well, or like his mentor.
I like this guy.
No, and you know who that is, Ichi? That's the guy from Amazon season 2, the corporate guy that when Chihiro went to his like bestial form, he ripped him in half.
Oh, dude. Which means this guy's gonna get eaten too.
Yay!
Yeah. I hope not.
So it's like they told me, like a couple people, like Gar told me who that was. And I was just like, oh, it's that guy who gets fucking ripped in half by G.
I'm gonna throw a wild fucking prediction out there. That guy's gonna get eaten, and that will prompt Valen's final form.
I love how you almost you started with a V sound there. I love it.
So, that's the thing. Like, I'm actually really genuinely excited for. Like, how does Honto get the Valid Buster? Like, how does he become Kamen Rider Valid?
Yeah, I really want to know this because so far we have Gavv, who is notably like his driver is part of his body, so it's not a driver. So how is someone else going to be a rider unless they're also a Grenu?
I've just been looking. I've been looking at
all
of Valen's stuff,
off them.
and I've been looking at all of Valen's stuff, and I just keep playing this GIF in the Discord of just Peter. But I want it now.
Yeah.
I want this stuff so badly.
Does anyone know what the pun or joke is for Ganoot? Because I don't know what it is.
Granola?
The Granoot, the race. I assume granola, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but granola.
Oh, granulated sugar.
Yeah, it's granulated sugar. Oh my god, you're right.
Oh.
I typed Granoot into Google and it's like, did you mean granite?
Because sugar is bad for you.
Yeah. They're the bad sugars.
I was about to say actually. I wonder when the show's.
They were candy makers.
Like, I wonder when the show's gonna pull out that's it's like, okay, we gotta stop telling kids to just eat candy, don't we? We're gonna cause so much childhood obesity.
Oh, but no.
Like, it's gonna be just like candy makes you powerful.
Gummies, chocolate, marshmallow, chips, like those are fine. Those are okay, kids.
If this ends with the main rider being morbidly obese by the end, I'm in.
Hyper battle video, vegetable form.
Oh, dude, we'll get all the fetishes out of the way. Weight gain. Let's do it.
Oh my god, yeah. We have furries on Boonboomger.
Is that Shoma wasn't aware of his ability that he has, where if he consumes this type of food, so because like the kid gives him a bunch of like different snacks, and he
Well, his mom said in a flashback that I guess he forgot before he did it. You can't eat human food. You just can't.
No. What his mom said was to not eat
gummy.
what his mom said was to not eat the Granoots snacks, which I think they were referring to the Yamigashi, which is the evil little Jello
candy.
The dark cube Jello thing.
I legitimately misinterpreted that as her saying you can't eat human food.
That's
I
what
don't know
I
why.
thought,
No. He was excited about human food, so I don't think he was told not to have it. Otherwise, he would have been like, "But my mom said no."
Okay, but here's the question:
Yeah, that's why I was
has any
so
child who
confused,
was
because
told not to
it's
eat
too
candy
weird.
by their mom listened?
Shoma seems like a good boy.
He loved his mom. Yes.
he loved his mom.
Okay, so I was so curious about where the Gochiso were gonna come from, and in my wildest nightmares, I never would have imagined that Shoma births them from his stomach vagina.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this.
Well, when it falls out of his pants, that was super freaking cursed.
Just like he eats a fucking gummy and then just spoots out fucking popping gummy, right? You see it drop out of his fucking sweater. I'm like, oh no!
It's that tissue.
I have to watch this for the next year!
I love it. He like holds it up and he's just they're like, "What is that?" And he's like, "My minions, I think."
Yeah, he's like, I guess this is my minion. What's a minion? It's an extension of myself.
They're not the minions, they're Pikmin because they are murdered upon consumption.
So
I actually described them as basically candy-themed Pikmin to Spectre, so...
Yep.
The fact that they turn into a little ghost at the end.
Yeah.
Like
Snackmin.
Yeah.
So what?
Snackmin.
What made me instantly go, no, I love the Gojuzo was like a good jumping a little bit ahead, but when he like henshins into Gavv for the first time, and you just hear them all go like, "Arr!" I was like, okay, I love these guys immediately.
No, I think what my favorite part was, and again, skipping ahead, was like, all right, here's how you fight him. Eat gummy, eat gummy. It's like, oh, okay. So he starts to like actually eat it with its face mouth, and they're like, no! You see it crying.
And then they turn into the shape of the belt to show him, no, I meant this mouth. But
with your other mouth, stupid!
Yes, and also later on, we have a part where... one of the Gochizo, the gummy ones, just falls on the ground, also starts crying.
Yeah, I'm from now on calling like Shoma's henshin belt Gavv just the Gavv. I just really love saying
the Gavv.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Gavv for a second. So as we see from the members of this alien race, the Granoot, all of them have their own stomach mouth, an organ. They're Gavv. They're Gabu.
But his is super weird. Probably because he's only half Granoot.
Cool guys.
That could be a reason. The other members of this alien race see his Gavv and react poorly to it because it looks so weird. It's red. It's mechanical. It has a fucking handle crank sticking out of it.
Well, to be fair, their other ones seem to be biomechanical as well because there's like wires and stuff.
Okay,
we'll talk about that one in a little bit, but I just think it's so fucking funny that our main rider uses a bodily organ sticking out of him, which is a presumably mutated or some sort of alternate mechanical version of a bodily organ. It feels like the monster should be telling him to go see a doctor to get his weird red inflammation looked at.
Yeah, like, bro, like
I know.
That looks infected.
That's not a healthy Gavv, dude.
No, and what's interesting is like you look at the teeth on the Gavv as well. They're like rotten teeth. They're like yellow teeth.
It's also interesting because you have to realize that technically this is our first biological rider in some time.
I love it so much, body horror rider, but also adorable candy minions. It's everything I want.
like
I'm sorry, I'm being weird. And aliens who are fighting against their own kind, who are trying to prove that they're not a monster, even though they know that they are the same as the others.
Well, please, I don't want to be reminded that Shaquille O'Neal has his own brand of gummies. It's
his own
the Shaq gummies.
Okay.
Does that mean does that mean if Gavv used one of those Shaq gummies, he'd get Dunkin' Gummy?
Oh,
Turn into Shaq, right?
Basketball form.
Grow 10 feet.
His armor would be jersey shaped.
This Granute has been going around making, like, I guess, human jerky. That's the way I.
Okay,
It's
so
weird. They turn into like little, almost acrylic standees of who they were, and that's somehow processed into really tough-looking cube-shaped gummies, which are addictive drugs.
the way this seems to work, based on what we've been presented so far, is that they prey on humans. They lash out with their weird stomach tongues, presumably devour them and convert them into these little cartridges that we see him eject out of his mouth at one point, which converts them into the little standee forms that he then hands over to the Grenagent at one point, who then gives him the Yamigashi, which are the dark snacks or the dark treats. And I guess those are really, really good for their race, and they want them, so they capture humans in order to get paid in Yamigashi.
All I can say is that first shot where like he took a bite out of the thing, and then like you see like the tongue coming out of like his Gavv. I was like, I love sausage. I'm like, oh, unfortunately, he was thrusting too. It was weird.
Unfortunately, this means that without a doubt, at least once or perhaps many times in this show, we are going to be forced to watch someone get consumed by this goddamn stomach mouth.
Fetish season.
Also, yeah. So I was played by the cockroach.
I've noticed that there's a very thin veil between horror and fetish content.
There's a veil?
That's not a joke. That's not a joke. I was just thinking, like, it's weird how many things that are considered horror could also be considered like things that people find hot. Like,
have you met me?
I never thought of that before.
And yeah, as per the screenshots here, according to these flashbacks, I guess we can presume that Shoma's mom was consumed and captured by the stomachs.
Sorry, Gar, what were you saying? Twisted.
Oh, I hate it.
I was thinking about like, what kind of pun would work? Well, it's a tongue. Tongue twist. They get tongue twisted.
She got the bad kind of tongue.
No. Ew.
Oh, this is gonna be a hard one.
Is there a good kind?
Yes,
no, it shouldn't be.
Quiet, you. Don't.
Yeah, so Hajime, the kid, gets stalked by our first monster of the week, who follows him all the way to the storage container district.
My favorite.
Storage container district? Oh. Yeah, we know of that place. We've seen it many times before.
Wasn't that where Kamen Rider Vulcan first tensioned? It looked like the same spot.
I believe it was.
Between the storage containers and the weird body horror monster, a Resident Evil game was about to start.
Yeah.
The acting was too good.
You're right, you're right.
Wow, shots fired.
What is this?
If Resident Evil had good acting, it wouldn't be anywhere near as great as it is.
Part of the truth, yeah.
I love how it's like a campy B movie. I love that.
I will say, I watched the Game Grumps play Resident Evil Village recently, and it's so fucking funny how consistently the villains will say some grand monologue, and Ethan will just respond with "fuck you" and then start firing his gun.
And that's basically the game. Ethan Winters, worst one-liners ever.
I recently favorited a compilation of the Game Grumps making jokes about Heisenberg's voice the whole run, because he's played by Asterion, so he's such a good actor, and I love his character. Anyway, so yes, Shoma shows up and does fucking shunpo to save Hajime from the tonguing.
That got me.
And then like on one hand, like his mom shows up to like escort him away, and at first I was like, how did you know to find him here? But I guess we can just chalk that up to kid has phone, find my device.
Yeah. Someone else was also mentioning in the chat, like, why is he a dog? And I have no idea this is what they're gonna do. Maybe all the monsters are gonna be like predators.
Yeah, I was weirded out by that too, how I was like, he's like a Doberman guy, and then he literally turns into a quadrupedal dog.
When he first transformed into his monster form, I thought it was like a bull or something, but then he straight up shifts into beast mode and turns into a fucking dog.
I mean, that could be interesting, honestly. Like, it's all like, animals that you're afraid are going to eat you sort of thing.
Yeah.
It means we're going to get a shark one.
It's just going to be like things with teeth.
Yeah. Oh no.
I missed when the first monster used to be spiders.
Spiders, bats.
I wouldn't say they're out of the question.
Spiders.
Or maybe this is just a one-off dog.
Oh my god, is that Lost in Space?
Oh, I.
I loved when the popping gummy Gojiso, when like he gets like unleashed in the Gavv. He's like absorbing all the gummies. He's just like, whoa! He's just like losing his shit.
Man, I love how weird his henshin is.
All right, so now we can talk about his henshin into Kamen Rider Gavv Poppin' Gumi.
Oh man, it was so cool.
My immediate first question is, why does the belt standby chime play fucking circus music?
And I will say, I can see the association between circus and candy, honestly. Like, you think of candy, clowns, like popcorn, all that junk.
I guess.
It's weak, but it's there.
I didn't think it sounded circusy. I thought it sounded Arabian, like.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with circus. He does kind of look like a clown as well.
So yes, we get his henshin into Kamen Rider Gavv, which is interesting because, like, as we see throughout the episode, this is a power he didn't know he had.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting learning the truth behind why his Gavv is different than everyone else's.
You see that, kids?
I love how
eating
it,
candy till you transform.
It goes over the side of his face, and you see his one eye glowing pink.
No. So what I've been reading from like on Twitter and stuff like that is because like all the Granoots, especially the one he's fighting, like it's basically like a monster form. So this is like his monster form. It's kind of like I'm kind of like making similarities to like Hibiki, because like
I was thinking
like,
gills.
Is that his suit? It's his.
Is that his true form?
Yeah. So that's what like Gavv looks like.
It's similar to Gills and Hibiki and all those because they are biological forms they transform into.
Also, apparently, this is the weakest main rider base suit. Like, even weaker than Deno Platform, apparently.
Wow.
That's interesting, because he had some, like, interesting powers. Like, I liked how they made a point of showing he's malleable, like, he absorbs the punches.
Yeah, we watched a punch, like, boing, off his chest plate.
He also seems a bit more, like, springy and, like gummy, almost. Yeah. And
I was hoping that because it's like gummy that he'd have like Space Jammy stretchy powers, but maybe another form will do that.
It felt really weird that it seemed like he had to use a Gochizo to every time he used his rider kick.
I've been looking forward to talking about this. I fucking hate that. It's okay. I understand. I understand that we're trying to think outside the box and find new ways to innovate with our rider gimmicks and our systems this year. We've already pushed the envelope far enough, I think. But now his armor has battle damage, and he has to reuse repeated copies of the Gochizo in order to like reconstitute his armor. I would have been okay if like the armor breaks and he like has to focus to reconstitute it, but the fact that he has to redo the henshin every time means we're going to get sick of the sounds 3 times as fast as any other rider.
And I say to you, like,
here's the thing, though. I think that. Oh, sorry.
I think that like you would be right if like they do that, and if they do that, yes, you're right. I feel like they're gonna drop that after like 2 or 3 episodes.
This feels like something they will keep around for maybe 10 episode stops.
Yeah. Like
I felt like exactly that it's just they're gonna start him off with this, and then when he gets stronger, that's gonna be dropped really fast as he figures out a more efficient way to do it, which I think makes it a really cool way to start.
What I think would have been a slightly better way to do this is highlight even further the fact that there are variants of every power-up, every Gochizo there are, because we know there's Poppin' Gumi, there's Punchin' Gumi, there's Kickin' Gumi, and yes, we see him do Kickin' Gumi at the end, but while he's refilling his armor, that would have been a good time to show off Punchin' Gumi, I think. Then it would have been so monotonous having to hear the same form jingle 3-4 times.
Like, I agree with you. I
have no idea why he didn't use punching in the middle between Poppin' and Kickin'. And also, it was cool how they brought up when he was eating the gummies for the first time that they're different flavors, and I didn't even realize that's the joke with the different.
It's supposed to be grape. So
yes.
Grape and, those were the only 2 he ate at the beginning.
Kicking is orange, yeah.
He uses the sword to launch like a Poppin' Gummy off the sword. It's just like
it was so fucking funny.
Explode. or do something cool, but no, it was just like if you used the toy in our universe and it just
yeah.
dropped to the ground and started crying.
This is a mechanic that exists only for the sake of the toy. It's so that the kids playing with the toy version have something to do with the sword that's kind of fun, but is absolutely useless in combat.
And I actually kind of love that. I actually kind of love that, though, because like that's them going, okay, we got to show off this toy function. Make it a joke.
Yeah.
But you know what could happen, though? I bet at the very end of the show...
They'll make it useful.
Yeah.
They'll find a way.
You were saying, Lane, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, that's why like I can already tell, like, Shoma, this is gonna be definitely a tale of like him just like growing stronger, and it's just, we're gonna be so excited to see him get stronger. It's like, honestly, I'm kind of comparing him a bit to like Deku from My Hero. Like, he starts off like, you know,
this is the story of how I became.
He has these powers, doesn't know how to use them properly, but over time he trains and he becomes like such a badass motherfucker.
And so, Deku also got his powers by eating something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't we all?
But yeah, so
eat this.
Just real quick before we move on, about one last thing I want to say about the sword. It was so fucking funny that he gets a sword just by coughing it out of his fucking belt organ.
Where do you get your swords?
I wanted so bad for just the belt to have just the sound effect of it just hacking up a lung.
Just like...
as it spits out the fucking sword.
Like, just totally realistic. Like, everything sounds like there's like tears.
All I can think is, where do you get your sword? At the toilet store?
just like 10, 15 episodes down the line, it's like, all right, the enemy we're fighting is too strong. We need to come up with some new power-up or weapon or something in order to defeat the Grenade. All right, how do we train for this? Hard cut to Shoma standing over a toilet or sink with his shirt up, trying to just cough out a new weapon.
So Kage is saying, you know why the...
That sounds like an eating disorder joke. Too much for my liking,
Power of
really.
bulimia!
Yeah, pretty much.
So Kage was saying, you know why the Gojizo launch didn't work? Because he loaded a closed Gojizo instead of an open one like the toy show, so he was literally using the attack wrong.
Doing the gimmick wrong!
That's hilarious.
It's his first fight, he doesn't know.
If that's the actual reason and he does it correctly next time and it does actual damage, that is so fucking funny.
So,
he did the belt mechanics wrong.
Going back to the Gojizos, so yes, so it appears that Decker is going to help us keep track of a Gojizo death count. So
yes,
yes, please.
Okay, the reason I'm excited for Cell to be here for this season is the fucking Gojizo are Pikmin. Not only are they multiple cute noise-making minions.
Cell, do you like Pikmin, Cell?
Oh, Cell loves Pikmin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes!
But when
you drew me art of it once.
When they are used up, they die.
God, I forgot about that. I was so stupid with your dog.
They die when they get used up. There's the shot of one with the fucking angel wings as it flies away.
They go full on, like, oh yeah, he's dead. And they're so happy about it.
They're happy to serve.
Oh my
like
God.
Pikmin, I guess.
But you're supposed to save all the Pikmin you can.
Yeah, so now we have... This is our new Yosha Lucky counter, something we haven't done in years. We're going to have the Castranger community keep track of how many Gochis are dead by the end of the show.
Here's the question. What are we counting? Each one used or each ghost we see?
No, each one used.
I think we have to count each one used.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
unless we actively see him like survive and like put it away.
That's what I mean. Like, because sometimes it didn't feel like they were dying. You know?
I think he literally has to use a new one every time he does something.
What if we do it like a separate count, like total Gochizo used, and then a separate one of like visible deaths?
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean,
whoever's counting,
or just do them all.
Like, I think that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think let's just safe to assume every time he has to like we'll let I trust Decker to keep a good count.
Yeah.
So
we can just assume that
we are currently at 7.
We can just assume that like when he's done fighting, he takes the one in his belt and just yeets it off screen.
I wonder which ones are fireproof. Which ones can carry the strength of 10?
I will say they have made actual like Kamen Rider poppin' gummies, and I want to get my hands on some.
There's also a giant mascot suit of one.
Yes, I did see the giant poppin' gummy Gojizo. It was adorable.
It's very weird and I love it.
Yep.
But yeah, so we see him do we have this combat happen between our main rider, and The combat in this episode is phenomenal.
Really well shot. Like there were some really fun camera angles going on.
That shot where they're suspended between the containers.
Yeah, and he's upside down. Like
the CGI highway chase was great.
Simple but satisfying.
And then he finishes him off with the kick and Gumi just like blorping energy into him. We also got to see Verucan, although we didn't see its actual form. We just saw that it summons possibly the stupidest bike in Kamen Rider.
That possibly.
It's up on the list.
It really looked like fucking Spider-Man motorcycle for no reason. You know?
And then as per Decker's screenshots later, he uses a second one to go, "Can you turn into something that looks like that human bike?" And then he gets a bike we'll see for maybe 2 episodes.
Can you die to mimic me a better bike? Yeah.
Yeah, he makes a real bike, and I was like, oh, what are the extent of this guy's powers?
And yeah, it also makes a helmet.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, yeah, safety first.
Okay, so something else.
To turn into a bike.
Yep. Something else I loved is like, and you could see it every time. Like Shoma's actor was clearly not wearing the belt under his shirt all the time.
Yeah.
Because every time he lifted his shirt up to see it and then put it down, you could just clearly see the crank. Like it looked like in Liar Liar when he ate the box.
I was waiting for a chance to reference that. I was going to turn into a Kamen Rider with the new belt, but I accidentally swallowed it.
What it looked like every time.
Bye, Decker.
Peace.
Just you see Jim Carrey fumbling the Gavv out of his undershirt. Whoa, look out!
I mean, that's probably the sounds it would make in the gritty movie. Like, we can talk more about this when we get to theories, but that is such a strange thing.
Yeah.
Episodes are basically, to quote Nun Piece, eat me!
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Again, the Pikmin don't want to die.
So Hajime gets back to his secret base that he was stashing Shoma at, and Shoma's just decided to fuck off and go on a journey across the planet to see what he can see. And he leaves this letter.
Shoma leaves him a letter telling him, like, yeah, so I might get you in trouble because, like, his mom finds him and, like, finds the kid, and he's like, oh my god, monsters! And then, like, he's trying to explain, he's like, oh, he's not a monster! And then Shoma's like, no, I am a monster! But, and so, like, he's reading the letter, he's just like, this is evidence that you're an alien, you idiot! And he, like, rips up the letter to, like, stop it. And,
really hoping he would use it. What?
A week later, apparently some lady finds him passed out in the fucking park.
Like sugar crash.
Yeah, like so. Saying that's one hell of a sugar crash.
Jesus Christ.
I want to talk for a quick second about this kid's like a hideout. It was like, I loved it. It was like the most 90s hideout you've seen in a long time.
Really the only thing it was missing was being in a treehouse.
Right? Well, it was near trees.
Yeah.
And I was going like.
Maybe something of like Out of the Box or something like that. If anyone remembers that show.
Gar, what were you saying?
You know what his hideout wasn't missing though? Defnarok.
Oh yeah, tell us about this, Gar.
So we watched the Raw live on Saturday night, and I paused because I saw something on the kid's desk. The kid had a vinyl figure of Defnarok from King Oger.
Wow.
Well, that's kind of amazing.
That's cross synergy.
That's what you guys were talking about, Deathrock. I was like, what?
Was that actually that Gar, or was it like something that looked like Deathrock?
Nope, that was legit Defnarok.
King Oger in space crossover?
Oh.
Bugnarok minion.
Aliens.
Oh, cool.
I think.
Yeah, it was the Bugnarok.
I was gonna say, I love too that his little hideout had like one of those like old style grills. And I was like, oh, I hope he's not using that indoors. And then I was saying, no, you don't rip the paper. You're right, Lane. He's disposed the evidence right. He just grills it, like burns it.
Burns the paper.
That's what he should have done.
Just what is this? Like a storage warehouse? Like a portable storage bin?
I mean, he did have to like open and close the shutter on it like a storage pod.
No, his mom works abroad. This is one of her safe houses because she's a spy.
This is where I come to cry. Cool.
My mom's never home.
My God.
Looks like you spend a lot of time here.
also, it's cool. We're doing like we're going back to like the whole rider secret identity kind of like trope, and I kind of like that. I think it's gonna make fun shenanigans.
I was gonna say too, this is another season where apparently monsters didn't exist or weren't known of beforehand.
Yeah,
because they were saying that.
I mean, the guy Hanto knows that monsters exist because he's chasing the one that killed that woman's husband.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like a public knowledge.
They're not
yeah. And again,
been in the shadows.
The best example used of like the secret identity trope was Kiva, because like Ixa's user, he did not know.
Oh yeah, that was a whole fun thing.
It's so funny.
Wataru, you just missed Kiva.
What was
yours?
He looks up in the sky, like, where'd he go?
What do you think of Shoichi? What about Shoichi? We're talking about Agito here.
that might actually be one of my favorite like use of that trope. So I think it was Superman 2 Lane, where like he's like, oh, Superman was here. And he's like looking around, like he's gonna see him.
Every show that has a secret identity has to have one moron who just doesn't get the obvious. It's what I like to call a Sailor Moon syndrome. In that case, the stupid people is literally everyone.
That's why I like when Christian Bale Batman Begins was like, a man dressed like a bat clearly has issues.
I've been reading Invincible this week.
Okay.
And it's like, Mark, Eve, come over here. It's like, how do you know it's me? You're not even wearing a mask.
Wearing glasses. Oh, you know what it'll be? It'll be like the first time they see him without his shirt on. Oh my god, how could I have not known? You don't have a giant tongue coming out your stomach.
Oh man. Alright, so next week's episode, we're gonna have the debut of Zaku Zaku Chips form, as well as the introduction of our main villain.
What are they called, Ichi?
The Stomachs.
The Stomachs.
The Stomach Family.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna think of them as the Addams Family for the whole show.
I mean, they kind of look like them. Chip's form looks awesome too.
Yeah,
man, I love the forms. The belt is interesting.
That is a word for it.
Gav. I actually do like the idea of calling it the Gav.
It is. That's
no. I mean in general, I like that. It's literally like an organ. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. No. This is
Gav located.
That's why I bought the toy, because like I like as a belt, like in terms of like appearance, like I don't like its appearance, but like what it symbolizes is just like fascinating to me. So
how about I ruin it for you and make you realize that crank sticking out of the side is probably his dick.
What? No.
Maybe it's infection?
No.
Hey, you know what you got to do, Lane? You got to wear the belt.
Okay, I'm sorry, but do you have your genitalia sticking out of your stomach, the organ inside your body?
They're aliens. Their biology could be literally fucking anything.
Got a point.
I like to think it. Well, it's whatever. It's the crank.
Yeah, they could be literally anything. Hopefully not that.
Yeah, he cranks it to get hard.
He cranks it and creates life.
And also destroys life.
Someone
like. Lane, you know what you gotta do?
Wait a minute. Does that mean the Gochizo are?
Well, we're gonna get into this when we get to theories. Lane, you know what you gotta do?
No.
You gotta take your Gav belt. You gotta put it on, and you gotta get your burger morph, and you go, okay, yummy yummies.
Here comes the burger. I love Orb in the chat. Sorry, sir, you've been diagnosed with Gav cancer.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's already weird looking red and inflamed by their standards.
I like this one. This is gonna cause a weird trend. This is gonna cause a weird trend of kids like sticking gummy bears in their belly buttons.
Oh no, you're not wrong. Look, mommy, I'm Gav. Sticks gummy in their fucking belly.
Got like 9 in there.
This is my Gav.
The Gav.
I weep for Japanese children.
I do that every day, man. It's a fucked up life. The Gav, located between the fundus and the pyloric valve.
Please tweet us your pictures of your Gavs.
No! Do not do that!
Remember those weird Capri Sun commercials where they're like drinking with their belly buttons?
Hang on, I gotta cook for a second. Hang on. Hashtag.
Were there any not weird Capri Sun commercials?
I mean, you're right.
There you go. Hashtag send Gavs.
No!
That'll be Castranger only fans. Yes!
Multi on point.
Okay, one thing we got to talk about quickly, the monster. We noticed something when we saw close up because it has a realistic looking mouth, like a monster mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we saw inside.
There seems to be some sort of machinery, circuitry.
And I'm not certain that wasn't a flub. Because, like, it moved.
I don't know.
Like,
I feel like they would have covered that up if it wasn't intentional.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
but Shoma's Gavv also kind of has like mechanical aspects to it, right?
Yes, but that's like explicitly mechanical, and it's meant to be different. It's like, wow, what's with your Gavv? That looks weird.
Like the monsters are clearly more supposed to be like more biological. Like, I could be wrong. Maybe there is a mechanical aspect to them as well. I'm just saying, if it never comes up,
here's a thought. Here's a thought. What if this guy was a normal human and they gave him like an artificial Gavv?
Oh my god. This is getting even more into body.
Because he got addicted to the Yamigashi.
No, but imagine if you got an X-ray and the doctors were like, "What the heck?" and you were like, "Oh my god, what is it?" Your stomach is mechanical for some reason. Like, just like you look inside and it's like made of like translucent plastic, like a Game Boy.
I want Shoma to end up going to a hospital, getting X-rays taken, and then like they put the X-ray like up on the board or whatever on the wall, and you just see like the Gavv just like in the X-ray.
What's that? That's my Gavv. Doesn't everyone have one? No.
Now, you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna go to the doctor.
Sounds like a commercial, like a Nintendo commercial from the '90s somehow. Don't ask me how, it just does.
Doctor's gonna tell. Okay, all right, I'm gonna use this. Gets a tongue repressor. Stick out your tongue.
Sticks out the tongue on the belt.
Well, that's not what I was talking
about.
Pops
the button.
That's interesting.
I just gotta do a video of like playing with the mouth of the Gavv and just be like, for this, you'll pay a terrible price.
GG, that's how you get through this one with liar references.
What
are they called? Gachios?
Sorry?
What are they called? Gachios? Like, Gachios?
Gochizos.
Bring me Gochios, for I'm hungry.
The Gojizo that I have in my hand is chocolate. No.
Bring me a Gochizo Maison, for I am hungry.
Don't come near me. I'm the Gavv. Bring me a Gojizo, right?
So as far as like pilot episodes go, I mean, you know, it set up.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah,
we got a good introduction to our character. We know he has a dark backstory, and like, you know, he doesn't know how to use his powers properly, which I fucking love that. And like, I feel like this is going to be a really, 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 really good one. Like one of the really, really good ones.
I would say the show did a great job at posing a lot of questions that we can hopefully get all answered by the end of the show.
Yeah, and like I mean, the fish out of water idea, you know, obviously it's been done, but I can't remember the last time they did. Like,
it's reverse isekai.
Yeah,
like,
to this effect.
I'm so sorry to say this to everyone, like especially Decker. I have to apologize to you so hard, but like I'm already way more excited for this show than I was for Gotchard. Like Gotchard, I barely felt. Gotchard, I barely felt anything. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I'm feeling disgust.
Okay,
that's something.
I'm feeling dread and terror because this is the vore season.
That should be the title of the episode.
But let's put it in a positive light. I'm looking forward to feeling some kind of emotion at all.
I mean, you'll get that. I'm being an ass when I'm saying like, oh, I'm disgusted, like, because like it's weird. Like it's got to be said. Like it's weird, and they need to, because that's the joke. The name of the first episode is Okashi Rider or whatever, and Okashi literally means both snack and strange. That's the joke. It's on purpose. I hope they lean into the body horror aspect, honestly.
I kind of do too, because
yeah,
there's not much else going on that is like visually like will get a reaction out of people.
Like
combining body horror with cute candy stuff, I love so much. Like you never see that, but I love it.
The dichotomy and the juxtaposition is what makes it interesting.
Well, it's kind of like I've always said, Ichi. What are my two favorite video game franchises? Pikmin and Resident Evil. It happened. John, what the fuck?
Yeah, and Pikmin is the scarier of the two.
You're not wrong. Like, I honestly like the idea, too. Like, because when you really think about, like, if this wasn't a legit horror movie, like, we've given you a new organ, you need to eat through it, and also you'll be birthing through it, and you put it in a man. Like, that's a movie. That's a Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, isn't that almost the plot of Rabid, but not quite? Except it's like her armpit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like she eats people from her armpit? Yeah.
Oh, Cronenberg.
But yeah, I'm so excited for Gavv. Like, I just think like we're in for a really, really good time. I can't wait for my chocolate boy to show up proper. Like,
all I can think about is my dad saying that David Cronenberg was a jerk to him on a plane and saying he doesn't like David Cronenberg. And yeah, I know, and I'm just like, oh my god, it was David Cronenberg. Come on.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to this shot in the show. Like, I cannot wait to see how we get to this very moment. It's gonna be
That's
awesome.
something I'll say I'm looking forward to it when I watch the show, is like it looks like they're gonna be like using interesting blocking and cinematography. That's a shot that shows that as well. Like if the fight scenes are not every time but consistently as cool as it was in the pilot episode, I think it's gonna go down as a really cool fighting series at the least.
Decker's like, I'm definitely not looking forward to that. Yeah, I feel like Decker and I are gonna have very opposing opinions this fucking series.
I think the most positive thing I can say, as much as this might tip my hand a little bit, I'm looking forward to watching this show the same way I look forward to people uploading compilations of grab attacks in FromSoft games.
You say you want to see the getting eaten compilation, eh?
I can't say I'm 0% interested.
I'm sorry, I heard Grav Attack, my brain just went to Ben 10.
You?
How about you?
Huh?
What do you think?
You haven't said a lot. What do you think?
It was a good episode.
Oh, yes, you have your 10 episode rule, I forgot.
No, just... It was just a good episode.
It was fine, I guess.
It's not 01's premiere. That's still like the.
Oh, I liked that episode.
Like nothing has.
Oh, okay. We're saying it was good. Yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, how could you not like that episode? But no.
I noticed there are cookie Gochizo that were blue, and I can't wait to see that form.
Cookie boys.
I like cookies.
They're nothing.
Yeah, I was wondering where those came from because you didn't see him eat any cookies.
He must have eaten all those snacks off screen.
Apparently, there is no cookie Gochizo yet, and I am upset by that.
It's in the episode. The toy doesn't exist yet, but it's in the episode.
Never a toy. If there's no toy.
Yet.
Can't wait when I show up as Kamen Rider Jawbreaker.
Yeah, you joke. That might happen.
And I'm still waiting for my Pop Rider.
Might happen.
They have to make a okay. So we have a rider based themed after like gummies and like little like snacks. We have one based off chocolate. They got to make one based off some kind of liquid. The
rumor going around is the third rider is based on pudding.
Isn't there already like a wine rider?
Yes, but he's not real.
Yeah, I hate G. I hate G so much.
There's a Senbei Gochizo.
Oh god, the pudding rider's gonna be like, you see, I turn into the Kamen Rider with the gum.
No, I'm guessing the pudding one's gonna be a woman.
Yeah, I think they said the female rider.
It's Kamen Rider Gel O, but it's OH.
No.
No, because pudding is very associated with women for some reason, like.
And Momotaro's.
Like it's every girl's favorite snack.
Seven, you're fucking onto something. They make an ice cream rider, and like the armor looks like a cone, and its helmet is like different scoops of like ice cream flavors, and like they change forms by changing the flavor of the scoop.
I hate that I can perfectly envision the way that helmet looks.
Yeah.
The bottom of it's the cone, and the top changes, the eyepiece on top changes depending on the swirl of flavor.
I'll say that is like this is gonna be a season of speculation.
I can perfectly visualize that.
No, give us a Neapolitan rider. I'd love that shit.
I'm picturing what the movie forms will look like.
Here's the thing. Here's
popcorn and soda and stuff.
Popcorn and soda are the ones I want to see the most, but I'm also thinking, what if because Hajime was like, here's some snacks for now, I'll come back with some real food. What if eventually we do graduate to actual food form?
Roast beef!
like ramen.
Poppin' chicken.
If this show pulls, by the end he's using vegetables because they're better for you.
Hyper battle video.
That'd be amazing.
Hyper battle video.
Oh my god!
Like snacks can get you through, but vegetables are the stronger thing that'll keep you going longer.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Someone's already made an ice cream rider.
What are the forms they've confirmed right now? Like chips.
We have gummy, chips,
marshmallow,
lollipop.
Lollipop.
Yeah,
lollipop like mech suit.
That's the one like where the bike turns into his mech suit.
Valen the chocolate rider, he's supposed to get like a donut form. So,
and there's a rumor that the third rider will be pudding.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, Neptune Decker is saying there's a popcorn sound in the belt and a soda one.
Oh, awesome.
There you go.
I need to hear those.
Hey, you can have a donut any day. Any day. It's fine. Donuts are great.
Forget the donuts. We're here to go nuts.
Oh my
Man, I'm loving the ice cream flavors on this rider design this person did.
Yo, mint chocolate chip rider form, I'd be down.
Oh yeah, there was also a Ramoon, like a milk candy Gochizo.
I like the one on the top
like one
left.
that Shinosuke eats.
Yeah.
Anyways, like when you have a rider themed after like snacks and food, the possibilities are goddamn endless. Like they ship out anything, so I'm excited as
And this
fuck.
also means the merchandising potentials are just as endless. They can release so much branded.
There's gonna be something for everyone. Literally, it's something for everyone. I like Ichi. I really hope eventually you get something you want.
I mean, if there is a soda one and the other thing I would love if like the fact that there are variants, like we know that Zaku Zaku chips has the Hiri Hiri chips version. If I would love for them to put out like a sour cream and onion variant. We know there's a soda. There's, as we were just hearing, we know the belt has sounds for soda and for popcorn. Those are my two big ones.
You know what they'll do? They'll do a special movie where when he goes to chips, he goes to Canada and he gets ketchup chips. Like that's his secret form in Canada.
Right. I don't even like
I remember finding that out, that's a Canadian thing, ketchup chips. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
No one else thought of that? Or wants that?
What's up,
Singer?
I was gonna say, don't you think the Canada one would be a poutine?
Or like maple syrup and pancakes.
Actually, yeah.
Poutine.
Poutine Gochi's would be amazing.
Oh man, I'm craving those freaking
That's
maple cookies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, Gavv, welcome. I love you already. More, please. Absolutely more.
Canadian Gavv.
So let's talk a bit about some like theories that we might have for other parts of the show. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that Shoma is half Granute, half human.
Because he said his mom was from Earth.
His mom is from Earth.
Yeah.
So, which means his father is a full Granute. So I'm looking forward to when we meet him.
Imagine the head game on that guy.
I mean, to have successfully mated with a human woman, this guy has to have some kind of game.
One thing, I think it's pretty obvious, but I feel like endgame for the villains is they're going to be using humans as like cattle, basically.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's where that's going. Like, oh, did you fatten up the humans yet, or something like that?
Oh god, yeah.
That's why everyone's obese now. The stomach family.
And all Gavv has to do is actually show us the main character's father, and it will already be better than Gotrek.
What if they've got the same dad?
What if Shoma is Hotaro's dad and Hotaro is quarter Granute?
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's theorycraft.
Jesus Christ.
That's the way the handoff happens. We just see the photo and it's Shoma.
No, the handoff's gonna happen like he's gonna stick the tongue out the Gavv to the next rider.
Ah!
Take it.
And look, you have to remember, and also one thing to keep in mind, because it's happened every fucking season, because of the size of the belt, later on in the back half, we're gonna get bigger Gochizo that. And I'm afraid for what those are gonna be.
Wait, are we gonna get bigger Gochis? Is that confirmed?
Every fucking rider season starts with their normal size gimmicks, and then we get the ones that are like double the size of the starter ones.
But like one point, like right now these do look like your little candy boxes. I wonder if like the soda one will literally be like a can.
Just a full can just attached to the tongue.
Or like your phone.
Or
Yeah.
will it be like a 6-pack of soda?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
No, it'd be funny if like the soda gochiso come in 6-packs.
Now I'm picturing like he puts it into his chest with like or his stomach so it looks like he has 6-pack abs. They'll do that.
Oh yeah, like no, it's like his final form is just a full-on Happy Meal box.
Oh god. Okay, so here's my question: what do you guys think are? Because at the end of the episode, I can't remember her name, but that blonde girl like picked him up, said, "Oh, what's happened to you? Are you okay?"
I don't think they said her name, but it's probably in the notes for the show.
What do you guys think these guys are? Because this is gonna obviously be his like human friend team.
Yeah, it looks like in the next episode that he's gonna like get a job working with her, and that's gonna be the status quo going forward.
Like she's probably going to be the
female main
heroine,
character,
like the heroine of the show.
Which means everyone's going to want her to be a rider, but she's absolutely not going to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's gonna get bored.
Oh, that's not 0% chance. And that's gonna motivate him to unlock his final form.
Okay, so you know how like with Gotchard, I was saying put a quarter in every time they rip something off. We're gonna put a quarter in every time a fetish happens. So far, we got like 3.
Stock up on quarters, baby. It's happening.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun here.
Yeah, but we're never going to hit the record of Totally Spies.
That's true. That is true. But hopefully they'll at least be able to compete.
Yeah.
That made me like that. It was what like I thought it was kind of weird when I was like a kid watching it, but now looking at the list of episodes and what they featured, I'm like, okay.
Okay, Lane, if you're okay with this, you know what the thumbnail needs to be? It needs to be this or the original one, and you shop out like Shoma like in the car crash scene, so it's hitting Lane instead.
Sure.
Oh my god, yes.
Like Lane saving the kid, if you can.
I'll see what I
That
can
would be
do.
so good.
Or you just put this fucking
I
right
honestly
over it.
just keep enjoying this picture the more I see it. So
I love it. I thank you, Lane. It's a good picture.
I mean, I think Decker was the one who made it.
No, I mean the original, like,
Oh,
of
yeah,
Lane,
yeah.
like just holding the belt.
Oh, I know. I
I mean, if you ever have
clicking
kids,
on
that's
that-
how you announce it.
I was
It's a
barely clicking
gochizo.
on this idea for like 2 weeks. I was because like I pre-ordered the belt and I was like I gotta surprise everyone with
I
this
accidentally
picture.
swallowed it.
Ah, shit.
It's this whole series. Oh.
Any
other thoughts?
Any other thoughts we want to bring up? Any other theories we want to posit for the rest of the show?
Just want my chocolate boy now. Want it now.
I'm just excited.
Yeah, I think I've said pretty much every idea I had so far. All right. Well, I guess we can call that an episode.
All right.
Oh boy.
We had furries, we had vor. What an episode.
I must admit that I'm looking forward to ironically enjoying Gavv in like the same way that Dawn Brothers evoked feelings out of me. At least I'll be feeling something, even if it is abject terror.
That's what happens when you get Junji Ito to write a season of Kamen Rider, I guess.
Junji Ito. Eat.
Exactly.
Well, isn't this being written by the same person who did Zenkaiger?
Yeah, Junko
Kurama.
Kurama.
We're gonna get some great shots, fantastic humor, and just like overall fun because Zenkaiger was fun as shit.
All right. Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Next week, our feature topic will be Ninja Sentai Castranger Act 3 Middle Age Struggles.
Ooh.
The Cockrangers, but they're all old bastards.
Stealth gotta be there for that.
I will hopefully be here for that one.
All right. Well, let me do what I have forgotten to do for the last couple weeks and give a shout out to our currently active patrons. That, of course, includes Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Vegas, and Jackaplier. Thank you
Love
very
you
much for supporting what we do. As always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, merch, Patreon, all of the things that I probably said already. Thank you for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. Let us know what you thought of these episodes in the comments. Let us know what you're looking forward to for Gavv. any theories you might have, and any other topics you would like us to discuss in the near future. And we will see you next week.
Trust your Gavv.
Stay safe, everyone.
Stay gummy.